Okay, let's move on to conflict. Earlier I said that conflict was normal in teamwork. And you know what? It might occasionally be a good thing. Really, I know that's hard to believe. But within a company, within a business, there are usually two main types of conflict. One of them is terrible. One of them is not so bad. Task conflict and relationship conflict, more based on personality clashes. Can you guess which one is bad and which one is good? Yeah, I think you probably got this right. Interpersonal relationship conflict usually means the team does not work together very well. Whereas task conflict, if you manage it correctly, if you manage it well, can actually be good for your team. It often leads to better solutions, better decision making, better problem solving, because you open yourself up to different opinions and different ways, sometimes new ways of doing something that will get you ahead of your competitors or that will provide a better service for your customers. Here's a very random problem. It's called, I want the coconut. People fighting over a coconut. What do? Cut it in half? Cut it into quarters? Decide none of them get it? When I work through problems like this with students, particularly older students who have kids already, it's funny how many times I hear, all right, none of you are getting it. And the mother decides to take it for herself. Yes, really. Depriving her poor children of whatever it is they need to do well at school because they were fighting over it. The real question you need to ask is, why does each person clamoring for the coconut want the coconut? This strategy could be useful between unions and management, between different departments. Often the reasons are different. People are too busy trying to win their own battle rather than coming up with a solution that will work for everybody, or for at least for most people. How do we deal with conflict? Well, for one, we should focus on behaviors or actions and not on people's personality. Okay? Don't tell somebody they're a pig, a monster, selfish, whatever other adjective you'd like to choose for them. Focus on the action. When you do this, I feel hurt. Avoid saying oops. All right. When this happens, I feel hurt. And never say always. You always do this, you always do that, you never do this, you never put the garbage out. Actually, never say never either. Never say never. That would make a good title for a song, wouldn't it? Maybe it could be used in a movie about kung fu or karate or something. The next strategy is really hard to do when you're angry, really hard to do when you're desperate to win. But you should listen carefully without interrupting. If the person who is talking to you or ranting at you is going on and on and on, pick up a pencil and take notes. Let them know that you're still listening, but take notes. That actually might slow them down. And at the end, when they've finished, identify the points that you agree on. There will always be something you agree on. It's not about sides. My side is better than your side. My politics is better than your politics. Your goal is to solve a problem and succeed. And unless you come together over the things you can come together about, you will never succeed. We know in times of crisis that works for countries. It also works for companies. Okay, now you've decided what you agree on. Take a note of that and separate out what you disagree on. Now there might be a lot of items here, so decide which of these things you disagree on is most important to fix first. Put them in order, number them, and deal with them one at a time. This is again the tricky bit. Try and be detached. Try not to be biased because of your politics, because of the impression you want to give to your team, because of your machismo. Try and be detached. See this as an exercise, not as part of a competition that you have to win, 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 win. I'm thinking of a certain president. In the COVID crisis, there are politicians on the right and on the left. There are people with the same kind of politics as President Trump who are handling the situation much better in their own provinces, in their own countries. Recognize your successes, even if they're only tiny. They're stepping stones. Say thank you and praise the other person or the other people. Don't be resentful. Be thankful. Be grateful. You will be amazed at how much progress you make, how much further forward you will go, how much better it will be for everybody involved.
So next time you see a splot of goose poop in the park, say to yourself, there lies the mark of an exceptional leader and a great team player.